Hey there, hey, this your girl Monet, and we are all about self-love.
Cause I don't want the simple life. It's the fine things I like. I want my champagne all night with you.
This video I'm super excited about. I can't wait to talk about and share my tips and everything that I learned in my 20s that got me to where I am today. And of course, life is life, and life is always going to be lifing. But I had a blast in my 20s. I had ups, I had downs, but when I look back, like, I'm grateful for every moment that I had, every accomplishment that I had. I'm grateful for the people I had in my life, the people I let go. I'm grateful for every single moment. And you don't really realize it when you're in it, but once you're over that stage and you're in a new stage of your life, when you look back and you get to all the trials and the trauma and everything, you realize that you didn't really sit in the present and be able to really enjoy those moments when they were there. So I feel like when you go and you look back, you think like, wow, like I really had a time. I had a blast in my 20s, but I want to go ahead and start sharing everything that I learned in my 20s. So one thing I learned was to avoid distractions. When you're young and you're in your 20s, you're just getting out on your own. You want to live your life. You want to do different things, which is good, which is amazing. It's what you're supposed to be in your 20s, but I wish I would have limited that time and focus more on the things that I want to focus on and put my time into the things that I already knew I wanted to do, but I was holding myself back because a part of me felt like I couldn't do it. So for example, I've been wanting to start a clothing line. I've been wanting to sell like some type of beauty product. Never really wanted to do YouTube. I just started this as a way for me to just help others. But what is something else? I always wanted to write a book since I was younger. I didn't do that until like, I would say, it was still my early 20s. I would say like 23, I wrote a book, which is still good. But yeah, I would just wish I'm glad I had fun. I'm glad I had a time and enjoyed my life, because you're supposed to, you have to enjoy yourself as well. But I wish I would have limited those times, or at least knew how to set boundaries at the age. And 2 is always listen to your gut, because my gut has never steered me wrong, but it steered me wrong when I did not listen to it. So I wish I always listened to my gut and trusted my gut, because every time I ignore it and don't listen to it, something bad end up happening after. So I always have to trust my gut and believe in my gut. So that's one thing I say, always trust your gut. If you get a bad feeling, listen to it, and please just make sure to listen to it. Don't ignore it. And 3, I feel like don't feel guilty for people's actions, because I allow people's actions and the way they acted or treated me, or even just treated themselves or put their issues onto me. I allowed that to affect me and put me down, put me in a bad position, put me into depression, because then I'm thinking about it. So one thing I say is don't allow others to put their guilt onto you and make you feel guilty or make you feel bad or just put you down in general for their actions and what they've done or what they do with their life. And 4 is to set boundaries, because boundaries is so important, and I knew it was important at that age, but I didn't know how to really set them. So I recommend learning how to set more boundaries, learning how to put those boundaries in place, because once I did that and was able to set boundaries with people, and instead of working around others' time, I started making people work around my time. And that made me more happy, just like not feeling like I have to do this and I have to do that and putting too much on my plate, just setting boundaries to be able to work around my time instead of working around others. And then 5 is to practice mindfulness, meditation, and exercise more, which I did do at that age. I always worked out and I always tried to eat healthier, but I wish I would have made it my lifestyle. I wish it would have, because I always wanted to eat more fruits and eat more vegetables, but I really wanted to cut meat out, and I didn't do that, and I still don't do that, but I feel like I need to and I want to. But I wish I would have gotten into it then when I was younger and just did it. And a lot of it was because I was going out with other people, going out with my friends, going out with my family, just going out to eat, mixing and mingling. And then, you have holidays where you're eating soul food and stuff like that. So it kind of makes it hard to just focus on your health. But I wish I would have did that when I was younger and started it when I was younger and just stuck to it. But again, life's never too late. So you never know, I might be doing that pretty soon. And then the working out part, I always did it, but I wish I would have made it my lifestyle, like did it every single day without having any breaks in between or stopping and then starting back up and stopping. I just wish I would have made it, because to me, I felt like that really helped me with calming myself down, calming my mind down, because for so long I was working on bettering myself and learning how to be calm, just learning how to be at peace. And I feel like once I started that, it helped a whole lot more. It helped with my mindfulness and keeping me calm, keeping me relaxed, not stressing and not overthinking. It just really helped me change my mind overall, and then also helped me reset my mindset. And then 6 is, I wish I would have ate healthy then, because again, I wish that I would have just been able to, ate the things that I wanted to actually eat. I knew that I wanted to try to eat more fruits and vegetables than I eat, at least eat meat, or just not eat meat at all. I knew that was something I wanted to do, and I wish I would have just went for it at that age instead of questioning it or thinking I couldn't do it, or just feeling like maybe I was going to be judged for it, because in our community nobody really does that. And then also feeling like, it would be a challenge, it would be hard. And then feeling like if I go out and I'm smelling other people's food, then I want to eat the chicken, I don't want to eat salad and stuff like that. But it is what it is. I just wish I would have ate more healthy than at the time. And then 7 is, time is the biggest blessing. We always feel like we don't have enough time until you actually break down the time and break down what you're doing throughout your day. Break down, are you spending hours and hours watching TV? Break down, are you talking on the phone? Are you doing this and doing that? And you don't realize that during that time you could have been doing the things that you actually want to do, that actually make you happy, that actually makes you at peace, or just spending time learning how to be peaceful, learning how to be calm, and just being happy and doing the things that you want to do for yourself, or spending time with the ones that you want to spend time with, that actually makes you happy, instead of forcing yourself to be, with people that may not be happy or may not be happy with you. And just, spending more time with your loved ones, or being able to uplift each other and encourage each other and just show that love and compassion. And then even just putting that time into your goals and the things you want to do, and learning more about what you want to do with yourself in your life. A lot of things could have been done had there not been distractions and you honored time more. And then 8 is financial education. I wish I would have learned more about finances, because it's not something that we really learn in school. So I wish I would have learned more about that at a younger age, and been able to learn more about taxes, how to break it down, how do pay stubs work, even just that, how do pay stubs work, how do you count that out, how does that go, how do you know how much taxes is supposed to be taken out of your money. I wish I would have learned financial budgeting, and just learning that, thinking at a young age, I thought because I was getting paid so low, I thought I couldn't save, and not even realizing that there's a way that you can break it down and still save a little percentage. Even if it's not as big as you would like, you could still put that money into your savings account without feeling like, oh, you can't because you don't make enough money to save. That's not true. It's all your mindset. You could still put a couple dollars to the side every time you get paid, and then that will still add up over time. So I wish I would have learned more about that as well, or at least knew about the resources that was there to actually help us. There's so many free resources that the city and your state actually offers that we don't even really know about. Until you actually look into it and start getting into it, then you learn more about it. So I wish I would have known that, or even just free webinars that be online that we know nothing about. And 9 is that fear is in your mind. I allow fear to kind of take over everything with my life, take over my body, take over my mind, just take over everything, because fear was in the forefront. It was the driving force. So if I said I wanted to do something, I would take my time doing it, or I just went and pushed for it, or you feel like you got to be protected because you're scared that if it mess up, it won't go right. Instead of just doing it, being free with it, and just going for what it is that you want, and not having that fear in the way of feeling like if it don't go right, then it's going to go wrong, which is not true. If it don't go right, you could just try again. So I wish I would have known that fear is just in your mind, and it's not like, it's nothing. Fear is nothing to be scared of. So I wish that was something that I learned at a younger age or knew at a younger age. And I'm only giving these tips because I feel like these are stuff that wasn't given to me or wasn't really, and it's crazy because it's being given to me now that I already know. But I wish that, you know, I would have had older people in my life that told me these things as I was growing up, or told me these things when I was just moving out on my own and telling me like, you know, life is hard, but if you do this and do that, then everything will be okay. You know, I just wish I had that reassurance or people there that was actually supporting me or trying to guide me, and just as a person who's been through it was able to kind of, you know, open up more and be more open with the youth and being able to just give them real tips and real advice. I wish I had people like that in my life, but that's okay, because now you can be that person that you know that you didn't have in your life. So now you could be that person that pass along to, you know, the younger people in your family and the younger people and just in general that you just see outside. You could pass that down and just pass down that knowledge that you had that, you know, can maybe change someone's life. Or you think that sometimes you think that people aren't listening, but they really are. They hear you. So 10 is to be more present, live in the moment. I feel like, going back to what I was just saying, I feel like I was taught that you just have to go get it. You just have to go for it. Don't think about it, which is true. You do have to go for it. You don't have, you're not supposed to think about it. You're just supposed to go because you don't want to let fear stop you. But I wish I would have been taught to be present, to be in the moment, to be happy, because that added stress, that added anxiety, that taught me how to overthink and to feel like I gotta have perfection and do this and do that, which left me to feel stressed and overwhelmed. So I wish I was told to be present, be in the moment, be happy for you where you are today, focus on where you are today, because that's really where you set the goals at today. You don't set the goals thinking about the future. You set the goals and where you are today. So I wish I would have been, at least had some type of knowledge on how to be more present at that age. And 11 is to put yourself first. The reason I say put yourself first is because, again, you stress out, you get overwhelmed, you get anxiety, you get all of these things because you're thinking about other people and putting them first. But you have to put yourself first, and that's the best thing you can ever do for yourself, because if you put yourself first, then you can put others second after you. So if you put yourself first, then you're able to be present, you're able to be there, you're actually able to actually be helpful to another person because you're not stressed out. So you always put yourself first, because that's how you're able to even help another person. 12, I wish I celebrated my accomplishments alone. Every time I hit a milestone or I hit a place in my life where I was happy and I was proud of myself for doing this and doing that, I wanted to include others in that moment. And it was because a part of me felt like what I was doing it for everyone. So I wanted to include everyone, those accomplishments, and have everybody just have the same happy moment that I was feeling. I wanted to share my own happiness instead of enjoying that own happiness on my own. So I wish I would have accomplished and celebrated myself and my accomplishments alone instead of feeling the need to share with others so that way they can feel happy too. When the truth is, they really don't feel happy. Some of them may not even really be happy for you. So I wish I would have just never included others in my accomplishments. So that's another thing you got to recognize and realize at that age. And I know this is something a lot of people do. You know, you throw a party or something like that because you feel like you want your friends and your family to celebrate with you. You want to share your own happiness with them. And that's all it is. It's just you trying to put your happiness and your joy that you're feeling onto other people to make them feel good, because you know that they're not feeling as well or feeling as good. So you want to share your own happiness, but keep that happiness and keep that joy in yourself, because that's what's going to be the motivation to keep you going. And 13 was, I wish I had a morning routine at that age, because I was working any type of hours. I had no set schedule. I was waking up here and there, stressed out because I'm not getting enough sleep or just all over the place. I had no set schedule at all. I was waking up, always woke up early, but it was more so like it was sporadic. I'm waking up 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm waking up 7 o'clock in the morning. On this day I'm waking up 9 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm heading straight to work, not even eating breakfast. Just wish I knew that when I was younger. And it's crazy to even think about that, because I was just, everything was just work, and there was no time to really care for myself, take care of myself. I'm going to work tired, and then by the time you're at work, you're getting off, you don't even want to go to sleep because you've been at work all day. So my time was just all over the place. Sometimes going to sleep 9 o'clock, then next time I'm going to sleep 12 o'clock in the morning. There was times where I probably went out with my friends or something, and then I'm getting back early in the morning, got to go straight to work, because it was times when I worked 5 o'clock in the morning. So right after I leave, going to work, right after, heading straight to work. It was just bad. So I wish I had a morning routine and just like a set schedule, because having a morning routine, not even a night routine, just a morning routine would change your life. And it allows you more time to just wake up and have self-care in the morning before, you just head out for your day and start your day. 14 is work the job that you want and not the job that you need. Because there were so many times where I knew that I wasn't happy at a job, and I stuck in there and I stressed myself out. I was overwhelmed. I wasn't being appreciated, and I just stayed. And then when I finally would leave, I wouldn't look for a job that I actually wanted. I would look for a job just that would pay my bills. And that wasn't healthy at all, because then I just ended up back in the same situation. So finally, when I did apply for a job that I was actually interested in, actually wanted, it was like peace. It's kind of strange that it's so many jobs that don't appreciate their workers but want them to work for them. It's not healthy. It's something that definitely need to be fixed in the workplace. But don't look for the job that you need. Look for the job that you actually want, that you go to and you feel happy with, and you're happy, doing what you're doing every day. Because it makes things a little bit easier, and it also makes things easier when you got a superior or someone above you that's motivating you and keeping you going and making sure you're okay, checking in on you. So that all plays a part too. The people that you work with is what helps you to keep a healthy mindset too. So make sure that you're looking for a job that you actually want and not that one that you need. And 15 is to set boundaries. I had no idea how to set boundaries at that age, because I felt the guilt for setting boundaries. There was a guilt behind it, because I'm such a empath that just loves to help other people and lift other people. I don't care to lift myself, or I don't care to really have people supporting me. I don't really care to have people lifting me up, because a part of me feels like they wouldn't care to do it anyway. So then I never knew how to set boundaries. I would just allow others to set those boundaries for me. So like time management. Instead of working on my own time, knowing I'll be stressed if I go to this event or go to that event, knowing that that's going to put me back and make me tired because I have work to do, or I have schoolwork, and I will go to the event out of guilt. So once I start setting those boundaries and saying, yeah, no, I'm going to stay home and I'm going to take care of what I need to take care of, there was happiness. And as much as you feel guilt and you feel like you're going to let other people down or put other people down, nobody actually feels down. Nobody actually, and if they did, it probably was for a couple moments. And then once they started noticing and seeing your growth and seeing just how you're changing, that goes away, because then they're looking and they're happy. And sometimes part of them, want that peace and want that happiness as well. So as much as you feel guilty, eventually if people really care about you and they really love you, they're gonna pick up on it. They're gonna notice, and they're gonna say, okay, you just been doing this and you just been doing that, and they're gonna be okay with, because they do it themselves. They set their own boundaries. And then the people that don't, they'll fade away, and that's okay, because you just wish them well and you keep going on with your life, because you can't hinder yourself and you can't hinder your goals to make sure others are feeling good, and making sure while they're chasing their goals and doing this and doing that for themselves and putting their own priorities for themselves. Why can't you? Why do you have to cater to them? You get what I'm saying? So it's okay to set boundaries and just focus on you, because eventually it's also going to pay out for others. And 16 is to do journaling. For so long, I've always been the listening ear for others. I've never had someone to be the listening ear for me. So journaling helped me to get a lot of just my daily things out, you know. Just if I it doesn't matter what it is, even if I just, okay, I walked to the store this morning, that helps, because it helps me to be present and realize what I did today. Just the smallest things will help. So just journaling really helps you to stay present, stay grounded, stay grateful for everything that you have today, and to help you recognize the things that you have in the moment that you're in today. And it also helps you realize where you need improvement. So like if you had a bad day, what made you had a bad day? You didn't have any patience today. Was it that you were stressed? Did you eat something today that maybe you shouldn't have ate, that maybe affected, you know, your mind? Was there something that you didn't do today that you usually do that maybe took you off track, and you realize that, okay, this is what I need to make sure I do every day to keep myself patient, keep myself grounded, keep myself calm and relaxed. So journaling really helps, and it's a game changer. 17 is to trust someone to be themselves. Always trust people to be who they are, because then you're not setting expectations for their behavior, or you're not setting expectations for them. You're allowing them to show you who they are, which I wish I would have known in my 20s, because there is so many signs people give you, but you set the expectations for who you think they are, who they're supposed to be, which could be true because you could see it in them, but if they don't see it in themselves, then they're showing you who they are at that moment, at this point in their life. So I wish I would have known that, to trust people enough to be themselves, and not set the expectations for them for how I see them, how I view them, how I think they could be, the potential that I see in them, because they might not have that potential yet. So trust people enough to be themselves. Always remember that. 18 is to set goals. I always set goals, but let me tell you how I set goals. I would just write out a list and probably never look at that list again, or maybe just start checking things off without actually setting the goals right. So when you set goals, let's just say you're setting 3 goals. You set the 3 big goals, but then you have to put the small goals that it takes to get to each of those 3 goals. So it may take 3 steps for one of those goals. The other goal, it may take 5 steps. The other goal may take 10 steps. So you need to set the small steps as well that it takes to get to that big goal. And that helps you accomplish goals way better and way quicker, way faster. And even if it's not fast, you're accomplishing it the right way. And 19 is to set time for yourself. Again, I had no idea what boundaries was. I never really set time for myself and just had that quiet time for myself. Just something small, like listen to music and just journal, or just read a book, or just relax, just sit in peace, sit in quiet with no background noise, no nothing. I never set that time for myself, because again, I always felt like I had to be there for other people or set that time for other people, and never put myself first. And that's why I enjoy meditation now, because I can take that time every single morning to meditate, even if it's just for 10 minutes or whatever. I can take that time every morning for myself. I can go on a walk every morning for myself. I can meditate, journal, do whatever it is, and just take that time for myself. Even if it's you waking up earlier, set that time for yourself. If you need to, you need to set time for yourself, because then your cup would get overfull. It's good to set time for yourself. If you have to, wake up earlier in the morning and use that time wisely. And 20 is organization. I was all over the place with organizing. And you think that like organizing just means like organizing your home. It doesn't. You can organize your home, and I wish I would have did that too, because I was such in a rush, and my home showed it, that I was just buying things in a rush and just trying to hurry up and get quick things instead of buying the things that I actually wanted, or keeping my email organized. I would just let emails coming in. Now I take the time to go through my email and delete emails that are spam and things like that I don't need, or simple things. What else? Let's see. Organizing my work. There's certain things at work that I have to keep organized, and I wish that I would have been able to organize that. Even just my time schedule, I wish I would have set my own time schedule and did that for myself. I wish I would have been organized mentally, just your mind being organized and not all cluttered up, and you're overthinking about different things because your life is not organized, or your mind is not organized, and you don't take that time to clear out your mind, clear out your phone storage. We always let our phone storage go, and then we don't have storage, and then we got to spend the last minute trying to go through and delete things. I try to delete things right then and there if I know it's something that I probably don't need or I won't use anymore. I take the time to, okay, let me clear out my phone storage. There's a lot of things that comes with organization. I just wish even just your goals, like I just wish I knew how to organize everything more. But I mean, you learn as you go. None of these things are to tell you to be perfect or tell you that you need to do all of these things now. You do have to do it little by little, so that way, especially if you're learning things as a new habit, you do have to learn little by little, and you learn as you grow. But I hope that you can apply some of these things and help to change your life, and especially if you're still in your 20s, if you're in your 30s, that's okay too, if you're just applying it. But I hope that if you're in your 20s, you can do it as well, and you can learn now and learn early. I do want to say, like, your 20s are a journey, and it may seem stressful, it may seem like a lot, and you might just want to have fun and enjoy yourself just to ignore it. But be present in the moment, be happy, and still make sure that you're doing everything that you want to do. Make sure you're keeping that focus and doing the things that you actually want to do, and setting those boundaries as well. But I wish everyone nothing but the best. I wish blessings on everyone. I hope that everyone accomplish everything that they want to accomplish. I hope that everyone live a peaceful life, a blissful life, and just continue to grow as a person, as an individual. Continue to develop your character, continue to develop your personality, continue to develop your career goals, your family goals, whatever it is that you want to focus on. I just wish you the best, and I hope that you get everything that you could ever dream of. But until next time, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more inspiring content. Until next time, bye.